this is Carl's Mustang, and today I'm going to do something a little different, because, of course, NFS Heat doesn't release new cars, and, of course, the Crew 2 hasn't released anything, but this is a video I've been wanting to do for a little bit. How to make your front-wheel drives handle better in NFS Heat. Because, as we all know, front-wheel drives are not the greatest cars. Well, this is pretty easy. Like, right now, this is my live tune. I have it set up for getting the normal gas to drift, which is what normally people use. But look, there's a little bit of a flaw with that. As you can see, there's understeer. Now, at higher speeds, that's even more prevalent. I mean, you go around a corner, and you can see it's already starting to understeer quite a bit. You have to tap the brake just to get around the corner. Well, I found something a little interesting what you could do. You go to your live tune, set for brake to drift, and let's see. Let me get it fast enough to get around. Let me get it fast enough where you can actually see it. Boom, pinpoint. I mean, it just doing that just makes it a whole lot easier to drive front-wheel drives. I mean, it works on any front-wheel drive. Not just the Golf. Like, the Golf is actually one of the worst handling front-wheel drives in the game. It has the most problem with understeer, but with this setup, it's actually pretty good. Not the best, of course, but it's better than what it was before. And I'm going to show you it works with our front-wheel drives. Now, if you're curious about the setup I have, of course, engine, everything ultimate, I have track suspension. Let me show you that again. And I have race tires and track differential. And a 6-speed gearbox, but it doesn't really matter. But that's what I have on the car to make it handle like that. And next, I'm going to show you what it does with a higher-end front-wheel drive. And a higher-end front-wheel drive. This thing's almost 400 plus. It's 389. And this thing is bonkers. Let's see. I'm running the BMW 2.3 liter, and it's running 657 horsepower. Now, the reason I engine swapped this one is I wanted to make it the Speed Hunters edition, the first generation Golf from Need for Speed The Run. But besides that, it was already a pretty decent handling car, but it needed to be better. So of course, I have that live tune on it now. Now I'm going to show you what it's like without that live tune on it. So I'm going to turn back around and pop up at another corner at high speed. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go on that last corner. You can see right there. I mean, I was steering. I was putting as much input as I could there, and it would not steer. Here we go again. I'm double tapping the gas and everything, trying to get it to do it, and it will not drift. But when you go to live tune, set back to brake the drift. Still understeers a little bit, but there's not too much you can really do with this short wheelbase this car has. But when you go around the corner now, oh, come on, Golf. Don't prove me as a liar. I know, well, you can see it's handling a bit better. It's not absolutely a grand difference on this car for some reason, but you can see it's handling somewhat better. It's understeering less around the corners. This car's always been kind of hard because it's so grippy. I mean, even no matter what setup you have, it's always grippy. But as you can see, damn BMW. But as you can see, it does understeer less at higher speeds than what it did before. And I'll show you the setup I have on it. Now, some of these cars you're going to have to slow down a little bit more for, but still, it understeers less, as you can see. Now, I have the same setup on this one as I had on the other one. Of course, all ultimate engine parts, track suspension, race tires. Race tires are actually very vital because it gives you traction but a little bit of slippage, which the front wheel drives honestly need because they're a little too much grip. And a track differential. And of course, as I said, the gearbox kind of matters on what you want, but I always keep with the 6-speed when it comes to these cars, depending on the car's performance and how they handle it. But that's basically how to make your front-wheel drives handle better. And I have this tune on all my front-wheel drives, so I'm telling the truth here. Because all my front-wheel drives, everything from the RSX, the 2 Golfs, and even the Honda Civics, all have this same tune, and it helps out a lot. Sadly, those are the only front-wheel drives in the game, but it's one of those things, oh well. But I accidentally touched my steering sensitivity, I noticed. But that's all I really have for today's video, and I'll see you guys later in the next video, and hopefully I helped you how to make your front-wheel drives handle better, because, ow, that was a thing I've always, it took me a while to figure it out, but I finally figured it out. So I'll see you guys later in the next video.